I like to think that I'm a very inquisitive mind, so curious. I like to ask a lot of questions whenever I meet people who I think or who are in various fields that I'm interested in. And it has helped me so much because I get to learn a lot and I get to really understand how various systems work, various systems that people have implemented in their lives work and how they help them. So last week, I met this guy who I think it was the fourth time we were meeting. We were talking with him. It was on Friday. Yeah, Friday. And we were at an event where I was the lead photographer of the event. And the event was essentially organized by this guy. So I was actually working under him. So he was like, he is like my boss. And he's someone I've come to really appreciate because when I interact with him, I get to learn a lot. And so I asked him something. I can't remember what we were talking about. I'm always fascinated by how simple he is. He doesn't complicate things within his profession, what he does right now. And also, when you talk to him, you just find that he comes like this easy person who doesn't really complicate life, but he's very disciplined and very committed. And he was telling me how I see him in those events, where he organizes and runs everything. Control looks like a very bad word, like runs everything. And he was telling me that him in that world, the simple him, is slightly different from him in the other world where he goes to source for those opportunities and those businesses. Now, this business he runs with his wife. I won't reveal the identities. These are my friends. When they have not even asked permission to talk about it on this platform, but it is something that has really crossed my mind, and I felt that I can actually diverge this with you and have a conversation with you. You know, you're my guys. Oh, first of all, welcome to Fake Guru. My name is Remy Scott. This is Fake Guru. Fake Guru is a place where we talk about a number of things that may not make a lot of sense, but if you pay attention, they could be of great help to you. Now, I don't know which episode number I'm in. I've just been dropping videos on this Fake Guru, and so far so good. I'm really liking the kind of support and appreciation that you guys are actually showing me. So let's jump right back into it. So this guy was telling me this story, how they run this business with his companion, with his wife, and they are such a simple couple that do not complicate their life at all. The way they come along, they are very humble, full of humility, full of confidence, full of self-belief. They know who they are. And so he was telling me that him in the events, how he runs events, and when he goes to source out for those events, they're two different people, because there's a way he'll package himself when going to source for business compared to how he is in that moment while we are running the event and the whole whatever we are doing on the set. And so, for example, the car he'll use to come to the event is not the same car he'll use while going to source for events, or how he dresses is very different from how he dresses for the events. And while he's there running the event, there you are hands-on doing everything. So how he'll dress, it's very different. But bottom line of it all is that simplicity is very core to this guy, even though he's not going to tell you. But how he is just a simple human being. Easy to understand. Okay, not easy to understand per se, but he's willing to understand you as a human being also, because I really learned a lot from him. He was vulnerable, told me a couple of things that I really appreciate and really helped me to grow. And so if you look at life generally, we come to realize that we need to peel off the layers that do really make us. There are a lot of things that we have learned along the way that are not so important with regards to the kind of purpose that we are destined to go and achieve. And so, for example, there is no place where simplicity is so important than the creative world. I've come to realize that we human beings, do not want people to complicate things. When I speak, I tend to complicate a lot of things when I'm addressing people. But when they speak to me, I want them to be as direct as possible. I might have gotten the message, but I really get it when someone goes direct and says, this is what I'm thinking, this is how it should be, blah, 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 bas. To not meander around. I just like directness. Simplicity is so important. I love the idea around minimalism and how I've not had a lot of content from Kenya or maybe Africa on minimalism. I've just had European children or American children or people outside Africa essentially speak of minimalism and how they're trying to do ABCD to minimalize their lives and make their lives simple. I love the idea around it because simplicity in environment, in your thinking, allows you to move intentionally towards your goals. In the era of social media, there is no time that simplicity has become very important. I mean, people are striking the same chord daily, doing the same thing daily, and if it's not the same thing, they just add a slight variation to it or alter it just a little bit to keep you hooked and present so that they can increase in viewership and consequently convert that to sales and consequently convert that to fame and being known. And I was looking at TikTok, for example, and I listened to this lady that Kenyans really pissed her off. She's Kenyan but decided to switch and say that she has a very complicated relationship with Kenya. Elsa Majimbo. Elsa Majimbo was saying that TikTok is such a fascinating space because you have very few seconds to get your message to your audience. If you complicate it, you lose them, they won't come back. And that's how it is. And I've come to realize that technique and also realize that simplicity also means specialization, that you specialize on something and really strike at it until it works. For me, I used to say that I'm so talented. I have a lot of talents within me, but the world sometimes is not interested in all those facets of me. They just want me to make them care about something that I'm doing. My message today, let me not complicate things. As I speak of simplicity, is that there is need for directness in your message, in your goal creation. There is need for directness in how we do things.